by my wonderful color commentator Kooper. Got to ask you, how excited are you to be out here tonight?
Man, I am super excited to be out here tonight. What a beautiful stadium we got here at Notre Dame. What a beautiful matchup we got here tonight. 2 4-1 teams looking to crack that first conference win. And I think that we got a great matchup here tonight. 2 very evenly matched teams. But Notre Dame didn't look too good against Brophy now, did they, last week, Mason? Now, just watching this game last week for Horizon, actually just from the last few weeks against Pinnacle and now Millennium, they're trying to air out this ball more than they did last year. And one thing that I noticed difference between the Pinnacle and this last game against Millennium, there was more tempo for that Husky offense. A lot less huddle, picking up the pace, keeping the defense on their toes. And I think we should see a lot more of that tonight because it was working for the Huskies as Johnny Issett had 158 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was our player of the game. We'll be showing that a little bit later. But just that rushing attack, you're always worried about the running back, but Jace Ashley, he's a deceptive athlete himself. He can take off a little bit. And last year in this matchup, it was 41-24, and Ashley had a big day on the ground, going for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. What do you think they should do compared to last year that you're trying to see in this game as well? Absolutely, and just looking at that Horizon defense, Murray's been looking. He's just stuffing up that middle, clogging those lanes, but he's also opened up opportunities for guys like Bo Caliendo and Nathan Sr., Nathan Sr. has 5 sacks on this season, and Bo Caliendo, he has 2, but he also has 5 tackles for loss. But Murray, obviously, 7 tackles for loss. He's the one getting in there, creating that havoc. And that's what you want to see from your college commit. And now one thing that I've noticed the last 2 weeks is that Murray gets some touches on offense. He's going to be in there blocking, opening up some holes. And that's you just want your star players on the field as much as possible because that's how you're taking advantage of the talent.
At the 25.
Yeah, is that 3rd and 33? We got 3s all around us right now, man.
Yeah, it's a bit. They have to get to that 50-yard line, so it's going to be a huge 3rd down coming up here. Let's see if they might just give the ball to Samus and cut their losses here on this drive as trips left here for the Saints.
Might be a little verticals action.
Rarden snaps the ball. They're going to look to throw. Rarden is going to fire it across the middle, and it's picked off there. He didn't even know he had the ball. Number 10, Colton Becker, still on his feet. Right down there at that 32-yard line. Colton Becker didn't even believe he had the ball in his hands. That was phenomenal.
Look at Jackson Murray running off that field. He's fired up. And, man, Colton Becker almost had that one on the last play, and he was able to jump it right there. Excellent play by the safety. And how do you get the offense back on the field in a short field? You get an interception yourself.
And he's going to be under center. And Jackson Murray in the game now.
Look for him to make a lead block.
And they're going to give it to Partridge, and Partridge is going to cut up the middle, and he's going to get right down there at that 10-yard line.
I'm telling you, Notre Dame Prep, they did their homework this week. They've been all over those jet sweeps, and if I'm being honest, they were kind of all over that Issett run, but Issett, being the athlete that he is, was able to burst out and make a big play. Let's see if the offense can get in the end zone right here.
Ashley's going to look to his right side. He's going to find Jackson
Oh,
Murray!
my goodness!
Agent Zero with the receiving touchdown. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you know what I've been noticing from the Huskies? They're trying to do a little trickery, a little counter play with this at every time. He kind of fakes out and then comes back to the ball. He's getting his dancing shoes off like that, man.
Receiver split here. Big 3rd down coming up here. Pistol formation.
57 hustling off the field.
Ashley now. Receivers trips right here as that big tight end Markovich is the closest to him.
I think I tried to hit him on this short down and distance.
Ashley is going to do a play action. He's going to do just that, and find Markovich, and he's going to move the chains. You might be Tony Romo the way you're predicting plays out here.
I was kind of feeling like Tony right there, man. That's just how you pencil it up. You give it to the big guy. Yeah. He had a quiet game last week, and I feel like they're trying to get him more involved this week.
Exactly. Ashley looking to throw. He's going to fire it across the middle. He's going to find Markovich. No one near Markovich. Past the 20. Past the 10. Touchdown, Huskies.
Man, you cannot forget about Markovich on the Husky side. Big 88, 6'5", 235, and he's every inch and pound of that. Big-time play, quiet game last week, like I keep saying, but he's having a big-time effect to begin conference play.
That was a huge blown coverage there. I mean, it's one thing to have blown coverage, another thing to have blown coverage on a guy that big. I mean,
it's hard to lose him, isn't it? It's hard to lose him.
Great job there. Like you said, they needed to get Markovich involved, and that drive was basically all him, moving the chains and picking up that huge touchdown.
And you can't deny his blocking ability, too. He's always getting his hands dirty on the offensive side. Just a big-time player for the Huskies that doesn't get enough credit, if you ask me.
And again, they're going to let it roll.
Oh, wow. What an expert punt right there, man.
Wow.
Goes out of bounds. They're going to be at the 30. They were basically at their own 30, flipping the field right there, man. Riker's been doing that all evening long. Special teams playing a big role, especially in a game like this that's going to be pretty close coming down the wire, if you ask me.
Yeah. We have receiver split here.
I would start bringing some pressure if I was the Huskies.
Receiver in motion. It's going to be Francis. And they're going to Perry's going to keep himself. He's going to juke move.
Oh, the ball's out!
And the ball is out. The Huskies recover.
Oh, my gosh. That was number 44, Jaden Ridley, with that behind the back strip sack fumble. That's going to be the Huskies' ball. That is how you respond if you're the Huskies. After the kind of questionable offensive drive, you get the offense back on the field on the other 30. That might be a game-winning play right there. Hate to see injuries in a game, especially in high school.
Yeah.
Some of these careers are not long enough to get hurt.
Exactly. Especially good to see Colton Becker come out, too, for the Huskies as that punt
Oh, my
is
goodness.
deep. And it's going to bounce, going to roll. They're going to keep letting it roll. It's going to have a pretty lucky bounce there. Oh, my goodness.
See,
Riker, they're using the air bending, and they're going to get that down to the 24.
Yeah, there's not many airbenders left according to that lore, but hey, we might have some on the Huskies tonight. But hey, I just want to shout out Riker Floyd. He does a great job, whether it's getting an extra bounce on those punts or having them side spin to go out of bounds. He's just surgical or striking. Riker, the striker, doing great jobs on the special teams tonight.
Yeah, he's been doing a run, and then he tops it off with an interception, and it's been a great job for him. And we're going to take a little quick replay at that interception just because of how amazing it was. See Griffin trying to roll right, had pressure, and then Bo Caliendo just stepped right in front of that Notre Dame prep receiver.
He was trying to look ahead for the return, but then he's like, I still haven't caught it yet. Focused on catching the ball, completing the interception. Great play by Caliendo. And you can tell this rivalry goes back deep. You can tell that the Saints are not happy that they're now 0-2 in the last 2 years. Last year, the Huskies were able to get the 41-24 win. This week, kind of cut it in half, 20-7. Not as explosive as it was last year, but a win is a win, and starting out 1-0 in conference play is really all that matters.
Exactly, and that clock is still ticking, folks, as we have just hit about a minute left to play in this game.